Afternoon, Good Friday. It is Friday, June the 4th in this 2021. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. I've caught myself off guard. So I am going to be using this deck. This is Sonia Choquette. Trust Your Vibes. It's a very fun, informal, colorful. There's a lot to be said about it. It's a lovely deck. I'm not sure exactly how many cards there are. Probably over 50, I'm thinking, or maybe a 48. A lot of them are 48. Um, anyway, gorgeous cards, as you will see. It is. Oh, it's telling me I have a viewer, so please let me know if you would like a card. And if not, while you're lurking, at some point, hello Penelope, I will read a community card at some point. You're looking for a card, Penelope? As I get them all shuffled and ready and infused with my energy and your energy so that they can. The idea of, okay, I will draw just a second. The idea of trusting your vibes is, it becomes the theme as well, because presumably you're getting the card because it's about some situation in your life where you have not been trusting your vibes, listening to your gut, hearing the voice. Hello, Eileen. Okay, I will be there. Yeah. So I think it's going to be a reminder about trusting your vibes, right? Carol, wow, everybody showed up. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so for Penelope, for today, Spirit wants you to trust your vibes around. Oh, interesting. Okay, the card is share a breath. I don't know if you're in a place where we are now able to meet with other people without masks. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Nadine. My goodness, everybody's here. um, Sharing a breath is about being in very close quarters, because wherever we are, we breathe out, somebody else breathes in, and vice versa. So being with somebody in that kind of closeness is a bit novel in COVID times. So I don't know, Penelope, what your circumstances are, but certainly you can trust your vibes around sharing a breath with someone. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Eileen. Eileen. We are, for you who've just arrived, I'm using Sonia Choquette's deck this week. And seeing what, hello Melanie. Wow. Thank you everybody. This is awesome. It's 4 minutes past and the room is full. Okay, who am I talking to? Eileen. Eileen. Okay. So this is telling you to take your time. I think I have a slight inkling what that might be about, but whatever it is, do not be rushed. Do not let other people rush you. You get to decide how quickly that sand runs through the hourglass, right? Take your time, set your own pace, do things in your own schedule. That's a good reminder. And I don't know if you have a feeling stressed. Oh, Penelope, you're in Ontario. Yeah, no, we're definitely not there yet. So I don't know. Share a breath. Are you doing any like online meditation or yoga or anything where the sharing could be yeah through technology? Although when it comes to breathing, like to actually share somebody's breath. Of course, she was writing these cards before there was a public health issue with being in other people's breath field. So I don't know. Maybe something will come clear as we go. Carol. Carol, Carol. Are you in Florida, Carol? Kind of think you are. Cloak yourself in light. In light. That knowing that if you're doing any kind of meditation or aura cleansing or any of those, giving yourself Reiki or somebody else giving you Reiki, to enclose yourself in a bubble of cosmic light and know that everything negative is going to bounce off it. Everything positive is going to be magnified by it as it reaches you. That is a lovely image. I like there's the sort of vines on the body, that reminder that you are a living, growing, changing part of the living layer of the planet, and that your heart is shielded. When you are clothed in light, then you're protected in so many ways. That's a neat picture. I like that. Okay, next. Okay, that was Carol. So Nadine, good to see you. Your smiley face on there. I like it. Very, very good. And all right. Yes, so an area of life where you can trust your vibes. So that last one, Carol, trusting yourself to enclose yourself with light. It's maybe an area where you're not sure that you can, or you're not feeling where you're not feeling it. And this, to trust your vibes, to, if you have the slightest inclination to be doing, if you're doing Reiki on yourself even, and you've got to fill up with Reiki energy before you can share it with anybody else, right? So filling your field with light, trust the piece of you that wants to do that. Okay, if that makes any sense. All right, I'm sorry. This is for Nadine. I am clearing them. I don't know what decision you are, what crossroads you're at, or fork in the roads, but trust your vibes, says decide. So go with the gut. Whichever, if you are like this, standing, wondering which way, what is the decision, this way, that way. The card is saying you can trust your vibes, decide. So if you're, I have no idea what you're doing that might need a big decision, but that is, oh, Okay, major crossroad. All right. But so the cards are saying that you have the vibe. So it may be about just getting quiet, sitting in a place where you can allow your own inner wisdom to bubble up. You can feel the vibe, right? And if you're keeping busy all the time and it's all about other people and gardens and animals and business and all of the things that fill us up, and everybody wants dinner and the garbage has got to go out on Tuesday, it's very easy to get disconnected from the vibes that are in our field. So it may be that you're being called to just slow down and sit down and listen. All right, Tanya Lee, good to see you. The card still says we're going to spend some time together, which we really, well, we kind of do and we kind of don't. But I would. My driveway's lovely and sunny most days. Tanya. Tanya. Oh, I can see where this applies. It says ask your spirit helpers. And I know that you are involved with different workshops and different groups and different ways of connecting with the spiritual realm. So perhaps this is just about the vibe to do more of that, to invite them into all areas of life. It looks. Oh, it's a teacup. It's a cup with a tag coming out from a tea bag, I think. So just that being with yourself. Tea time, I think, is often a really good um, just an image of sitting down and having a relax and a cup of tea and knowing everything's going to be all right. So in that state of spirit of feet up, nice cup of tea, spirit help us be with me as I navigate this thing that I'm going with, right? And you got vibes, what it is that you might need help with. All right, Melanie. Okay, Penelope, pre-recorded yoga, probably not the same as sharing a breath. I'm wondering. I have, this morning I was talking to some friends in the UK and their restrictions are so lifted, and some of them are planning tomorrow, Saturday. They're getting up early, a bunch of them who live in the south of England, and they're driving north, and some of them who are further north driving south, and they're going to meet in the middle, and they're so excited. They're planning to dance and play games in a park. They're going to be outside, but they're not going to be 2 meters apart. There's definitely going to be breath sharing. So I guess a lot depends on where you are and what you're doing and how you're doing it. I don't know what that means in Ontario. I'm in Ontario, so I know what you're looking at. Don't know. Okay, this is from Melanie. Okay, this is call on your healer guides. I have no idea whether that's about guiding you as you heal others or whether there is healing that you need for yourself. that you can call on assistance as you turn that healing energy onto your own body, into your own systems, and into keeping it in the field. Um, Trusting your vibes to know that you can, and to know that you're capable, and that maybe you're not putting healing at the top of your list of things you do, but your healer guides can show you that in your work, certainly there is healing that comes from the work that you do. Even though it's not necessarily about setting broken legs, obviously, but healing happens on all of the planes of existence, right? There's physical healing, which Western medicine is often quite good at, but there's also emotional healing, and there's spiritual healing, and there's that the emotional aspects of the work that you do, helping people to step into who they are and how they want to present in the world. It could be simply about that, but that's a nice thought. Very good. All right, Carol, surrounded by love and light. I like that. Trust the light. Major crossroads. Jen, hello. You may have a card. Most certainly. That is okay. All right, Nadine. I'm glad that spoke to you. That's great. I haven't seen you for so long. I have no clue what you're dealing with, which is all right too. But yeah, I hope you're able to figure something out. All right, Seema, I see your post. Regina, I see that you're here. Okay, so before that, I'm at Jen. Okay. Merry Friday to you too. You certainly may have a card. I'm working today with Sonia Choquette's cards. Trust your vibes. Letting the cards talk to us about places where we might try to second guess ourselves sometimes. We don't necessarily trust our vibes. Most of us were raised in places where the idea that if you have a hunch you should follow it was not always met with encouragement. But I want to. No, no, you can't. You must go over here. So we have to relearn about how we feel those calls to different things, and how the energy vibrates around us, right? And we can trust our vibes. So, Jan, a place where you're maybe not trusting your vibes. Okay, okay. I do know there are a couple of situations in your life that would apply to, and actually this answers a lot. Accept the gifts of the universe. I think that goes along with we were trained not to follow our hunches. We were also very often, I know you're not as old as I am, but growing up in the 70s, there was not necessarily a belief that everything we got we deserved, that whatever is around us, it's a gift and let's take it and run with it. There was often a lot of, well, you've got to pay for that in various and assorted ways. The no free lunch and all of that. And this is saying don't let that vibration overcome the fact that there are gifts from the universe coming to you. You can just accept them and enjoy them and be in the moment and let tomorrow will take care of itself. It'll be here soon enough. For today, accept the gifts of the universe without guilt, without second guessing, without wondering, ooh, am I allowed to be happy? Ooh, am I allowed to have this thing? Ooh, am I allowed to go to this place? Yeah, of course, accept it and enjoy it and be in it. And yes, that's the answer. Seema recently started a new job, but it's nowhere close to what I would like to have. Okay. Do you see me moving on to something more substantial? Well, I don't know. And the very nature of today is about you knowing it's in your field. Your future is in your field. You have the wisdom. Um, we will, if you would like to talk in depth and we could look at your numbers and your numerology, you can get a hold of me and make an appointment. I would love that. Love that. In the meantime, the vibe that may or may not have bubbled up in your day, in your that 5 minutes when you're waking up and you're not quite all the way there. Sometimes we have good insights at that moment, and very often we then wake up and ignore them or forget them or whatever. So we'll see what this says about trusting that vibe that you have about your work situation. Okay, they're both yours. Interesting. Okay. So the call, I just told somebody that they needed to be doing some quiet practice and listening to their own selves. And this is a very similar kind of a direction to name your higher self. You need to be in touch with your higher self. You need to be meditating. You need to be listening to the cosmic wisdom that is within you, or which is in a place that you can access when you get quiet and still and you listen, and being able to give a name to that intelligence helps you then to go back and find it again. So like I said, you know the answer to this. And the other one that's come up is it's not personal. So the situation that you're in is not close to what you would like to have. Do you see me moving on to something more substantial? I see you right there flying off towards the sun like a dove. There is movement. There is the job that you want is out there, but it isn't sitting there saying, I'm waiting for SEMA before I can be done. Right? It's not your job yet. You may have to fly towards the sun. I don't know what that means, whether that's about going somewhere west of where you are or going somewhere south of where you are. Being, it's not personal in that you can stay where you are and you can gather all the credentials and get the degrees and get the courses and have your little diplomas and things. But that job is not yours. It's not who you are until you're in the right place to line up to it. This is Abraham teaching, isn't it? You've got to get into the vortex. So the job is there in your vortex. You just have to align with it and step into it. And I see you with this and with this needing to connect with your own wisdom and then move towards uh, where that job is, where that fulfillment is. Some of it some of it is going to be, as you sit with the wisdom, what is it you want to do in the world? I want to make balloon animals because I want to make sick kids feel better, right? That can be the thing. And when you sit with that and ask yourself, where can I make balloon animals and help sick kids feel better? Because you could go to the children's hospital. But what if what if you could go to a youth center and teach the teenagers how to make balloon animals and then send them out into multiple places, right? Do you see where I'm going? There's stuff that will give you the same impact or bigger impact, that you will be able to have your goals met and your intentions filled, and you can multiply it, and it becomes more. The phrase you used was, it's nowhere close to what I would like to have, because you want to have a bigger impact. You want to have just a bigger presence in the world, right? So getting out of the box, figuring, but it's name your higher self. Get into that wisdom. That is where that will be. Okay, Tanya, I made sense for you. I'm delighted. Regina. All right. Okay. Penelope, you may be onto something there. Oops, I've only got half the deck. Sharing a breath in the form of advocacy work, that is certainly possible. And if that's how your vibe tells it, trust your vibe, for sure. Absolutely for sure. Okay, whoops. And if at any time you decide it is about actual breathing, I don't know, I think Tanya has attended my Breathing for Adult Beginners sessions that are rather fun and rather good, and they're good centering. So yes, anybody who's interested in getting that, I am certainly available for it. Okay, Regina. The vibes that you can trust. Oh, okay. Don't know what's going on with you, but the cards say fake it till you make it. If you're feeling timid about something, if you're being asked to go outside your comfort zone, if the vibe, you can trust the vibe that says, if I do it, I can do it. And yeah, just put on the mask as shown on the card and go out and do it, because as soon as you get started, you will make it. You will feel, and you will know that you are doing it, and you're doing it exactly right, and it will fill your field really, really well, and you'll be making it. But that initial step, the right thing to do is to follow the end vibe and not worry about this little wobble at the beginning, because you can get through and get to the good stuff. I hope that makes sense. All right. Sharing a breath. Melanie, you're welcome. Lori. Hello, Lori. Yes, please, for a card. Francis in the north. How lovely. You did get here in time. That's delightful. I'm so glad. You've been missing. See, I'm so excited to see you that the cards jumped. You've been missing. I know you pop in and say hi just in the half hour after I go off. So it's good to see you. I'm going to read for Lori next, and then for Francis. And let me scroll down, see who else is here. Jen, without guilt, that's right. Pooja, long time no see. Wow. I'll be there in a second. And I see Cookie, and I see Ralph. I feel like I'm on Romper Room now. Okay, bunch of people. I love it. Lori. Shuffling for Lori. Okay. They're very jumpy with you, Lori, and Hmm. It's interesting. Okay, so vibes that you can trust. Feelings and intentions that have come to you that the cards are saying you can trust this. Okay, maybe it makes more sense to you than it does to me. Walk it off. Walk it off. I know um, you're in recovery doing like cardiac wellness stuff, and walking is certainly one of the recommended activities. And it may be that in walking, and you're in a beautiful area, so walking in nature might just be a place that as you contemplate which way am I going to go, where which trail, which beach, which riverbed, whatever, which park is calling me or is most appealing to me. Just trust that vibe to go to that place, because it may well be that you're going to meet people, meet circumstances, meet situations that are going to be beneficial to you. That won't happen if you're sitting inside. And I know you're in an area like me where there's restrictions, but we are able to go out and get our daily exercise. So walking walking in nature, walking in safely without exposing yourself to anything. But Spirit says that is a vibe you can trust to go and be with the walk. All right, Mama in the north. So good to see you. And I owe you a session. We have to get ourselves coordinated. And maybe I guess there's no guarantee that if it's raining in Ottawa, it's raining where you are. But when there's a day that you can't do any gardening, if we can figure out the forecasts and set something up, that would be great. Would be great. All right, so this is going to be for Francis. Francis in the north. I'm coming for Cookie later. All right. It says get a news story. Trusting the vibe about getting a news story. That might be about letting go of something that has been a negative influence on you or on your life. I have no idea if you've got a neighbor who upsets you, or there's somewhere where you're telling yourself whatever it is, my hair is too long, and every time you look in the mirror you tell yourself the story of my hair is too long. My hair is too long, and Melanie can't come to you because she's in phase 3. But if you look in the mirror and go, I can have a ponytail next week, that's got a whole different energy to it. Nothing else has changed except the story, but it can lift you up and move you into a really different way of being and a different way of seeing what's going on. Does that make sense? Getting a new story. I think that's very cool. All right, these cards they're called Trust Your Vibes, and they are by Sonia Choquette. And they're really light and nice and colorful and lovely. So yes, all right. So that answers that. Yes, you've had a card. Where am I at? Whoops. I'm in What happened? My comments have gone weird. Okay, Pooja, yes, you may have a card. I think you're next, but this, my feed has stuck very oddly. Reverend Julie. Oh, please, we've got a spammer again. Um, Tanya, if you're still here, I would love it if you would get rid of them. It's so frustrating. Unless, well, yeah, whatever. Um, okay, so I can't go into the past here. I just saw, this is so strange what it's doing. Okay, I think Pooja was next, and now Pooja's post has gone missing. How frustrating. Okay, and then it'll be Cookie. And then it will be Ralph. Okay. It's June. Oh, what did I say? Did I say something? I don't know what I said. Okay, I'm reading for Pooja. Pooja, Pooja, Pooja. I hope your business is doing well. You haven't been here for a really long time, and you were switching to doing a lot more online business last time we talked. Okay. Okay, trust your vibes around clearing the path. If there are things that are they're starting to be obstacles, they're starting to get in your way, but you think in for some reason, whether it's about just what you're used to or what the people around you are used to, or because of some permanence of some kind, you think you're not allowed to get away from these obstacles. You've got to climb over them every time. You've got to go up. You've got to go over. The vibe says, the cards say, trust the vibes that says, dig a mountain, throw them to the side. Clear the path. You do not have to cope with obstacles that have been there, no matter how long they've been there, no matter how lovely they are. Put them in a frame on the side, but make the path so that you can walk down it without stopping and climbing and struggling. And I think we often have habits and rituals that we cling to because they're familiar and because grandpa did it and daddy did it and my sister does it, so I've got to do it. That's actually not true. You can clear the path. You can stop doing things the way they were always done. 2021, the world is not the same as it was 2 years ago, let alone how it's going to be 2 years from now. So clear out anything that your vibes are saying this is in the way. Get it gone. Get it gone. And trust yourself to know what that is. Okay, Cookie's laughing. I don't know why. She says that's funny. Um, and Cookie, and now I don't understand what's going on with this feed because now Cookie has disappeared as well. So I'm just going to read for Cookie. Oh, and then Ralph. Yeah, Cookie and then Ralph. Okay, Francis, I'm okay. Are you seeing this spammer? Because actually it's showing faded, and that might mean it's somebody that I have stopped before. Okay, Cookie, I see you. Hey, Pooja, I'm glad you're here. I hope. Thank you, spam off. Thank you, Tanya. That's okay. So Cookie, Pooja, you're saying thank you, so you heard me. This is good. Oh, the romper room comment. Okay, yes, fair enough. Okay, so cookie, and then I must read a community card. And good. Okay, Tanya, you're not seeing them. That's it. It could be an account that I have blocked before, but it was still showing on my feed, which is not what I need to have happen. All right, Cookie. Haven't seen you for ages either. I think, well, maybe I've seen you here, but I haven't seen you anywhere else. But I maybe haven't been holding enough events anywhere else. And maybe you're busy, and that's allowed. It's all good. Okay, so. Cookie. You can trust your vibes. When it comes to, oh, calling on your runners. This is a phrase that Sonia Choquette uses. Runners are sort of like a little bit like guardian angels, but there are lots of them. There are lots of spirits who surround you, who you can you can request support, right? You can. It's not about bringing you stuff, but they can bring you laughter. They can bring you uplifting ideas. They can bring you jokes and you're playing with the remote control. They can bring you a comedy that will make you relax and enjoy the rest of the day. And you can call on your runners when you're feeling you're needing something. You can follow your vibes, trust your vibes, to just ask your runners to make the day go better, and put that out there and let your runners deal with it, because they'll do something that makes your day better. And that's a really nice thing to have happen. I do think so. I hope that makes sense to you and where you're at and what you're doing. Okay, this is Tanya loves that card. Now I'm sorry, no idea what it was. Not a clue. All right, so nobody new has come in. It is nice, isn't it, Francis? I agree. Young Francis. Young cousin Francis? It's a thing. Figuring out how to codify you in my peculiar brain, because my memory doesn't always serve correctly. I'm going to draw for the community. This is for people, anybody who's here and lurking. You're welcome. You don't have to be shy, but if that's your choice, that's fine. If you're watching this on the recording, you missed the chance for a live drawing here on Facebook. If you like and follow the page, you should get a notification when I go live again. And if you're watching on YouTube, then please subscribe to the channel, and hopefully there will be more content soon. But at the moment, there's just hours and hours and hours of me doing this. So for anyone in the community who is watching, whenever you're watching, there is... All right, that kind of says exactly what I just was talking about. It's a team effort. Goodness knows everything about the 2020 so far is about community. It's very much... Ralph, good question. I'm sorry, Ralph. Are you still here? I don't know if he is. I've got all these spam posts. You're good catch though, Carol. I will read for Ralph. And there's proof. It's a team effort. I need you to tell me what I'm doing because I get distracted so easily. The team is here for sure. Um, Working together. Hi, Ralph. Yes, I'm sorry. I did not do that intentionally. Um, it's a team effort. We are the the whole global health crisis. It is about teams coming together, the research teams and the treatment teams and the all the different medical and social and economic teams that have allowed us to get this far. The the um, the imaging that she's got here of electrical receptacles being open to to um, to the input, the way that the plug in the wall is ready to make that exchange between what's in the wall behind and what's going out to an appliance, right? We are in that position of creating creating the transfer. We're the transfer point between what is seen and what is unseen. And when we all work together, everybody benefits. So that's I really like that. It's a good card. All right, so Ralph, you're confusing me, Tanya. Ralph is your friend. I'm getting that. All right. And Ian, who I hope is your friend too, I will put him on the list. Okay, so Ralph. Yeah, Cookie, I know I know you're Tanya's cousin and Francis's niece. I just when Francis is here, I don't want to call you Francis. And yeah, yeah, I do know what to call you. I just don't know when and how to call you it, I think. All right, Ralph. All right. If you've been here all along when I was talking about the runners, call on your angels, being very aware. Angel people who do angel therapy and angel readings and all of that angel work, it's not a word that I choose a lot of the time, but those who do are very clear. I've never heard anyone say otherwise, that your angels are around you, they want to help you, and they will not intervene without your permission. You have to call on them, whatever's going on. Yeah, angels, keep my child safe. Angels, help me lift this weight. Angels, help me find the address I'm looking for. You have to ask. They are there and they want to help you, but if you don't ask, they will not interfere. So I think that's when you're confused. I love this big question mark on the thinking process. And it's, yes, angels, help me to understand. Angels, show me what it is I need to see. All of that kind of stuff. Um, there is, and I think the card coming up, I don't know if you've got a vibe that is called to that uttering a plea, and whether we've been taught as children to call it praying or however we put that out to the universe. This is just saying, it's reminding you that this is the right thing to do, for sure. There's lots of different language around what we call that to which we are speaking, or to whom we are speaking, or what the energy transfer is when we speak the wish or the question, um, where it lands and how it bounces back. There are so many different ways that we can describe it. For you, it's given you the word angel, and that's all right, I think. Okay, Ian. If Ian's in the room, being handy dandy. God, I love it. Ian, feed your spirit. Are you taking time to do the things that you really love? I know that you love converting the basement into an extra office. That's very nice. But do you do things that are just filling you with light, and whether that's hugging a tree or going for a walk by the river or getting on a Zoom with an old friend that you haven't seen all through the lockdown, whatever. Doing something that just is going to light you up in a way that all the other things don't necessarily. And it doesn't have to have a sense of accomplishment to it. Oh, Ralph, so or by whatever name, your angels is a good word for you. I am so delighted. That is good. Um, Ian, Ian needs some Ian time, and it doesn't mean you get to run away for a week. It means that you can take an hour and refresh and renew yourself. Do something that you enjoy and it fills you up, and then you'll come back to the rest of your life just feeling that bit lighter and knowing that Ian is at the top of the list. Because if you're not, it's oxygen mask time, right? You got to put it on yourself first before you start helping other people. You are so important to so many people. It becomes really, really. He's gone golfing. I love it. Well, if that's what feeds his spirit, then he's absolutely in the right place. I love that. So good. So, so good. All right. So, Ricardo. Ricardo. We will. How are we doing? Gosh, it's 6 minutes to 3. This hour went quickly for me. I like that. I didn't know that Ian was a golfer. That would have let me shortcut a lot. It's very cool that those. So Tanya and Tanya, yes, Tanya knows. Ralph and everybody else, I do one-on-one appointments, doing cards or numerology or any number of different things depending on what you're working on. This month, I think I said May, June, July. I'm not sure. I've got a special on with a 9-card spread that's really, really deep and textured and good for, I think it's $65. I think. Anyway, and we can talk and we can figure out if that's not a number that works for you. But yes, I love to do Zoom sessions with people. I love to do lots of lovely things. I love getting like finding out things about your angels and then following that thread to the wisdom and the spirit that is with you. That's so cool. All right, I'm reading for Ricardo. Mm. Now, I think we've had a similar message before. Was it Ricardo? Or was it somebody else in your life, Carol? The message here is get grounded. So if Ricardo is spinning ideas and concepts and thinking and planning and drawing up plans and making blueprints and doing all sorts of very cerebral work, taking a break and getting feet on grass or or body in water or whatever. I think we've had a similar message to this before, and that might be a faulty memory, in which case I apologize. But just that instruction to get present in his physical body in the physical world and feel gravity. And again, a quiet practice, some sort of labyrinth walking or a spin class where he can get into a zone and be in just his own little planet, getting centered and getting grounded and being in that, right? Does that he needs that. Okay, good. Well, tell him I said so. That's and if you I don't know how many of you screenshot these. I know some people do, but you can pass him that screenshot. He'd deal is 100% worth it. Okay, I'm not sure what that won't be about Ricardo. I'm pretty sure that you and Carol are not okay. Good. All right. So I wish him a good week. For sure. Okay. All right. What else? My numerology class tomorrow is 3 of 4, and there is a chance that in July I'm going to teach the beginners again. If anybody is interested, I have been having so much fun with this class and seeing how people are coming to understand numerology in a way deeper way. It is really, really nice. We've got the breathing for adult beginners going on. I have some lovely, lovely chakra meditations that my patrons are enjoying, but they're not available to other people. But if you're, or not at the moment anyway. I am still periodically hosting meditations in Zoom. And if you're on my newsletter list, then you will get notifications about those. And if you're not on my list, you can get there from my website at joleath.com. Or there is a pinned post on the Facebook page here at Exploring Past Cosmic Wisdom. So many ways to reach me. And from the Contact Us tab on the website, there's a bunch of different stuff. Seems to me there's email, and there's, if you're not following me on Twitter, why please, I work really hard to tweet twice a day, so please follow me there at Journey Align, because it's that whole journey into alignment branding that I was working very hard on when I started tweeting, and it's still completely appropriate. It's a coaching program, Journey into Alignment, getting from where you are to where you feel aligned with your stuff. The deal, Tanya says. The deal. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, Tanya, I'm so happy. And you will be in class tomorrow, I have no doubt. I'm having enormous fun preparing the session and getting ahead preparing next week's too. So I will be here next. Oh, it's 3 o'clock. Look at that. Talk to myself. next Friday at 2 o'clock Eastern, because that's what I do. And I don't have any particular intention for it, but we can go back to my deck, we can go back to another deck. There's always something, right? Or we can just play with an affirmation deck or something else. There's so many possibilities. All right, so thank you everybody for being here. Thank you if you're watching the video. Thank you for hanging in all the way to the end. Really, really appreciate it. I will be back here, same time, same place next week. And in the meantime, stay home if you can. Stay safe when you're out, and everybody look after each other. Namaste.